Hey there, welcome to another episode of Irreverent Health's I Can't Even Meals. If you haven't already and you're a friend of mine and you want to see more recipes like what I'm about to show you, go over to Irreverent Health on Instagram and follow me. Also, I have made probably like 50 videos at this point of different meals that are familiar, but then I've done a twist on them, you know, kind of swapped out some stuff and to make them still delicious and amazing, but nutritious for your body and adding some really cool things. So Irreverence, again, for if you don't know, if you've never met me, hi, if we're new friends. Irreverence refers to not disrespect, but just an idea that we've done things the way that we've done things regarding our nutrition for so long. I've just been really curious about like why not fight the power and like try a different way to do things, because it's really not serving us very well. So today I'm gonna make these little fritters that we like, right? Like as people, crunchy things that have a little flavor of bacon and chicken in them. And I found a recipe that I modified for the 5-in-1, as well as for people who are doing paleo, keto, Whole30. It's kind of friendly for all the things that involves spaghetti squash, a little bit of bacon or turkey bacon, and some kale. So really quickly, starting with the spaghetti squash, right? Like it's kind of an intimidating little character. It starts out like this if you're in at the grocery store, right? It looks like, I don't know, it looks like a weight, right? Like you're like, I don't know what to do with it. It looks really intimidating. It looks like it's gonna take a long time to cook. You're partially right. If you cook it in the oven, it's amazing. It's sweet. It has a little bit of like a sweet texture to it, but you basically have to spear it like all around with the knife, put it in the oven, like a 400-degree oven for like 50 minutes, and then cut it open, scoop it out, and then this is what you get. You get these little spaghetti. That's why the reason it's called spaghetti squash is because inside it actually has it mirrors or mimics a spaghetti, which is pretty great, right? Like that alone is really great, and you can have that with all kinds of stuff. You can eat it with spaghetti sauce, whatever. Jeez, I made like pad thai with it. Like there's so many different things. Today, what we're going to use it as is, because it's kind of hardy, we're going to use it as a binder. So also, before I start that, there's another way to make it. So instead of using the hour and whatever method, you can, and don't tell anybody I told you this, you can put it in the microwave. For all of my purists, so sorry, like I'm sure you just like, sorry, I know that you're pure and whatever, but this was in the microwave for 12 minutes. So you see that it's got a little bit of liquid coming out of it. So I put that in the microwave for 12 minutes. First I speared it, then I covered it in this plastic wrap, and then I let it sit for probably like 10 minutes, you guys, because it gets really hot. But all you have to do then is it slices like butter, and it opens up like this. Ooh. Hold on. I say things that are easy, and then I forget the stem is there. Ooh. Like a maniac. Oh, that turned out really messy. But, so what normally happens is there's stuff inside, and I just have to take a spoon. If you look right here, you'll just take out the insides. This is really liquidy. I'll put them over here. Oh. Man, I lost all my kale in that one. All right. So this one is really, okay, so when you cook it in the microwave, it has a lot of liquid, a lot more liquid than normal. So just be prepared for that. So one of the recipes says to squeeze out the liquid. It'll be more liquidy because the way that it's cooked in this, when you cook it in the microwave. And then it'll be a little bit more sweet and better kind of like as spaghetti. Oh, really good. If you do it this way. So again, if you're gonna cook it in the oven and do it traditionally because you hate the microwave because you're awesome, that's great. Spear it, put it in a 400-degree oven for about 50 minutes, cut it in half, scoop out the insides after you've let it cool for a second, put a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper, put it face down for another like 10 to 15 minutes, pull it out, and that's what you have. Microwave, spear it, wrap it in saran wrap, throw it in the microwave for about 12 minutes depending upon the size, and then carefully cut into it and then scoop out the insides. And this is the one that we're gonna use for our fritters. So the reason that I like to, tell you what I'm doing right here. Hold on. Hey, Kim. I was gonna go see mom. By the way, I'm running behind. I'm trying to get this done so I can go see mom. So what I'm trying to do is I have a towel here. I'm gonna squeeze out the liquid because what we want a crispy fritter, right? We don't want a moist one. Ugh, we don't want anything moist, to be honest with you. That's just a gross word. I still can't get over that. I'm sorry. Sorry, and you want to be careful not to have any seeds in there either. So the reason I like spaghetti squash is it is hearty in a lot of ways. It's sweet. It kind of has a mild flavor, so it will, like, again, if you want to make it into spaghetti, you can. If you want to make it into a dessert, you can because of its sweetness. So I was working on, there is, if you Google spaghetti squash desserts, there are actually quite a few of them out there. Of course, stay away from the ones with all the sugar and stuff. Essentially, it's using spaghetti squash as like the base, kind of like a pumpkin, because look at it, it's like from the pumpkin family. So hold on one second, I need to take out this insides. Okay, so you should have about 3 cups, depending upon the size of your squash, 3 cups of spaghetti squash. And we're just gonna keep pouring that out into this little guy right here, and I'll show you. It's getting hot in my hand, by the way. It's getting pretty hot. Ugh. All right. Keep peeling this away. Okay, so the next thing after we're done with this, this is gonna be super simple. This is like the most tedious part of it. After this, we're gonna combine, we're gonna add some kale to a pan that I cooked turkey bacon in. So turkey bacon isn't gonna emit a whole bunch of additional liquid because it's turkey bacon. It's not actual bacon, it's plain bacon, right? So you may wanna add just a tiny bit of olive oil or butter into that pan so that the idea is that the taste from the bacon will mix with the kale that we'll add in just 1 second. All right, so this is about 3 cups of spaghetti squash, and it's in just a basic towel. Cheesecloth would be better, but guess who doesn't have one? Me, right? All right, so oh my gosh, it's like my hot yoga towel after I'm done. I go to hot yoga with Jackie Johnson and Danielle Gordon and Donna Rivera, and there's a couple of things. We go to Full Circle Yoga a lot, and after Jim Hyland's or Elizabeth Liach's classes, we measure the effectiveness of the class based on how gross our towels are. Also, we go to Orlando Power Yoga too sometimes. That's really great. In case you're looking for a hot yoga class, message me. I would love to go with you. So I'm getting all that liquid out because, again, we want a crispy fritter. And I'm gonna use the air fryer, you guys, because the traditional recipe calls for you to like dip it in even a little bit of oil, and if it's not necessary, I mean, why do it, right? Like, I'm just trying to play around with a different way to do it. The reason that I'm excited about this one though is because kale, if you don't know, the reason I like kale is, well, I don't like kale, right? Like, who likes kale? Who likes kale plain? I don't know a lot of people that do, right? They're probably vegan because that's what they eat, right? But the rest of us, sorry, and if you're vegan, welcome. So excited to have you here. Vegans are awesome. You help us do better with vegetables, which is awesome. But the reason I like kale is because it is high in fiber and also in water. And so both of those help prevent constipation, right? Who doesn't want a happy gut? And regularity. But it also, because it's high in fiber, the cool part about it is, especially if you're on the 5-in-1, is that it helps manage your blood sugar and makes you feel more full longer, which is awesome. That's why I love kale. It also contains vitamins B and C, which promote iron absorption, and that's cool because they're essential to help you release the energy from food. So there's a lot at play. So adding kale will help your body release. It gets energy, but sometimes it wants to store it, right? Like, that's not what we want. We want it to give the energy away. So the kale helps with the iron absorption and helps do that better. So that's why I'm trying to figure out how to, have kale and not be sad. So, hi, whoever just thumbs up. Say hi. Hopefully I'm not sideways, by the way. I don't know. I did a Facebook update, and I'm not sure how this is coming out. Kim, are you on? Can you tell me if I'm sideways? Or if I'm right ways up? Because that would be awful if I'm like sideways for you guys. Anyway, did I just not know? So look at all that liquid. There's a whole bunch of liquid in there. So we don't need any of that. What we're going to do now is I have a little bit of the, whatever the bacon was cooked in right here. So I'm gonna start warming that up. I'm gonna throw the, kind of like you would with collard greens, you put kale in with the bacon to kind of give it that flavor without a whole bunch of additional calories. So I did 3 slices of turkey bacon, and I have it right here that I've already cooked because, you know, I don't want to bore you guys. And so I'm going to give that just 1 second to cook. I also cooked, I cooked chicken. Here's a trick. So chicken is awesome, kind of just by itself. The reason is because it's a low-fat protein. It helps your body maintain muscle mass. It also helps you build muscle. And if you're doing some sort of strength program, it's a really good source of selenium as well. And selenium provides essential minerals involved in metabolic performance. And in other words, like your thyroid, your hormones, your metabolism, which, hi Fat One, hey keto, like those are all really great things. That's all really good reasons to want to use it. Also, it's a natural antidepressant, which I found super fascinating. Alan! Oh, Alan named Nala. Oh, hi buddy. Oh, it's so good to see you. Or to see your name on here. It's awesome. So Alan is a super fit guy. He takes really good care of his body and does all the working out and does all the traveling. And so all the hearts, I love you, man. And he's my spirit animal that I would like to be my spirit animal. It's more so like, just a really cool guy. So let me just get on. All right, so chicken, a natural antidepressant. So eating it can increase your serotonin levels in your brain, enhancing your mood, helping you with stress, and also helping you sleep. And then also the B6 in chicken helps your energy levels and helps your kick in your metabolism, which is a super important thing, right? So let me see. I think that's getting warm. So I already cut up, by the way, I went to Trader Joe's and I got this kale thinking I was doing myself a favor. So if you do this, do yourself a favor and don't get this kale because you're supposed to not have the ribs. Well, man down. The ribs of the kale is where the bitter part is. And so you have to remove that. So I just spent like 10 minutes removing all the little ribs and then cutting it up with some basil and some chives for flavor. So now I'm gonna take that and put that in here. Oh, it's crackling, that's great. All right, so we have our spaghetti squash, which I'm gonna put into this bowl. We have the chicken, which is awesome. Now here's how I cook the chicken. You could just cook it in with olive oil. That is awesome. Olive oil is an anti-inflammatory and it's wonderful. But what I did instead was I added bone broth. I cooked it a little bit and then I added probably a half a cup of bone broth. And then I also added 3 tablespoons of collagen powder. The reason is because I've talked about this a whole bunch. Very specifically also, CB Supplements collagen powder. These guys are the best. And here's why. Because it's kind of a cross between a peptide and a powder, so it'll get a little bit gelatinous, but not too gelatinous. And it's not so much of a peptide that it's broken down where it can't, where it isn't good for cooking. Hold on. I feel like I'm missing a utensil. I'm missing, oh, there it is. All right. I need to toss these guys around a little bit and not let them get too cray. Oh my gosh, that little bit of bacon smells so good. Okay. So the other thing about collagen is kind of like, sorry, hi. I probably should have thought of the height here. Collagen is in your gut's connective tissue, and so taking it can help support and strengthen the protective lining of your digestive tract. So again, we talked about digestion a whole bunch. Absorption of what you're ingesting, not just calories, is really important for your mood, for your poop, for your energy, for your sleep, for your focus. Those are all the things that are important. So collagen helps repair that inner lining because it's what starts to deplete over time and make you feel better. So I started adding it twice a day well, sometimes once, but 2 scoops in the morning in a shake or something. But I've also added it with the chicken. So I basically took half a cup of bone broth, 3 scoops of the bone broth, the collagen powder, mixed it in, and then poured it over the top of the chicken and just kind of let it reduce down. And the chicken is still chicken, but now it has extra protein, more aminos, and stuff that's actually going to help repair my gut. So super fun, right? All right. So now I've got this spaghetti squash amazingness, and I have put down the kale, and you know, by the magic of Facebook, I already had some kale too. So I'm going to add some kale into here. I'm going to add this kale as well into there. I'm going to turn this off because I've been watching videos that I've done of myself and I forget to turn that off, and this is annoying. All right, so then I'm going to add the 3 strips of bacon in here. And then what am I going to do? Oh, garlic. So it's said to have fresh garlic, and I mean, love a Peter, Paul, and Mary. I would love that. That'd be great. But I don't have my energy right now. So I'm gonna do a little bit of garlic right here, probably about a tablespoon. I think probably about a tablespoon. And then I'm gonna add the chicken, the collagen infused amazingness chicken. And then I'm gonna add 2 eggs. So if you're on the 5-in-1, or if you wanted to cut back in a little bit to manage your lean and do a little bit more chicken versus the eggs, you can do egg whites instead. They fluff up nicely. I just am gonna do the full egg though, because that is what I want to do. But you do have options, still within plan. All right, this is gonna get kind of messy. All right, sorry, just realizing this isn't like, I got this shirt this weekend at a conference. It was called We Are, what is it? Branded. The idea is that it's our time to fly as women and people. And we had a lot of great speakers, and we had a lot of motivational topics. Actually, I probably am going to talk through online, what am I gonna say? On a Facebook Live on some of the stuff that we learned. We actually, after this conference, we had another one right after that. It was a leadership conference where we had I think it was like 15, not 15, Rodgers. I over exaggerate like crazy, I swear. I don't mean to lie, I don't mean to. It was probably more like 10 really amazing speakers, but there was one at the end that was like fireworks everywhere. Everyone, I mean, I was crying, trying to write notes. It was amazing. So I'll share some of that with you at another time. So here's what I'm feeling here. I probably still needed to drain some of that spaghetti squash a little bit because it is still moist. But the cool thing is, if I put it in the air fryer, if I put it in the air fryer, still might congeal. You know what else I might do? Let's see, hold on. Anyone have a joke? No, anybody have a joke? All right, here is what one ball would look like. I normally do an ice cream scoop, but what am I gonna do? Hold on, actually, this is gross. So for the sake of time, I'm just gonna eyeball my balls, these little fritters rather. Probably, the good thing is, so in addition to this, in the recipe, I've also added a dip, and you could make it with cottage cheese, you could make it with yogurt. I did 2% low-fat yogurt and then mix it in with some Walden Farms ranch. I know it doesn't look like it's healthy because it has all the things that aren't real things, but it's made with everything organic, everything that xanthan gum and other things. It's just mirroring a ranch taste. So I wouldn't use it as a straight up salad dressing because, like, I mean, all the things I just said, right? But it's really great when it's mixed with other things, like when it's mixed with sriracha, or when it's mixed over like a buffalo chicken, or you know, that type of thing. Again, Walden Farms, they have a lot of different great options for dressings and other things. I just try to be careful. Most of the time I try to do as whole as possible, but sometimes you need a taste, just a little taste of something. So I keep those on hand just for that. Okay, so I've made a mess. I have made a mess. I have a baby fryer because I don't know if you saw my Facebook Live yesterday that I'm single. And that's why I have a baby fryer, because it's just for me. All right. So with an air fryer, if you're not familiar with an air fryer, it's amazing because the only thing that I put in here, oops, that's the only oil. So you're not deep frying or anything. Now I'm gonna place these guys into the air fryer. I feel like I'm a magician. And then I'm gonna place these into the air fryer and out's gonna come a bunny. It's not true. Actually, I can probably do one more. Did I miss anything about kale or chicken or collagen and why they're good? I mean, if you're working out, collagen's a really good pre-workout too, because it helps with your connective tissue. A lot of times we think of just the stuff to build our muscle, which is awesome, which, I mean, it has amino acids, complete amino acids, which means they're things that aren't created in your body. But it also, the whole thing is that it's reparative tissue in between your ligaments and your joints. So I have major knee problems, and they've gotten better, for sure, with adding collagen, but I'm still working on it. So I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm really glad. I feel like the cleaner needs to come tomorrow because this is gross. All right, put it into an air fryer. And legit, like, I had to YouTube 4 YouTubes because I was like, where does the oil go? That's only oil is in there, like that. That's it. I'm gonna do it for about, I'm gonna try 10 minutes and I'm gonna see what happens. Everything's already cooked. The only thing that has to happen is the egg has to cook through. So everything else is already cooked in some way. So there's no, what do you call it? No risk of getting, like, you know, a disease or getting sick. So anyway, if you found this helpful, if you try it, if you'll hashtag ICANTEVENMEALS so that I can see it, that would be amazing. Or if you'll tag me in it, that would be amazing. I would just love to see if you made it and if you liked it, or if you didn't and you have an idea and you're like, hey, it was great, but I would really do it this way instead. Tell me. Like, this is me trying, y'all. This is like, the whole thing about this is me being like, oh, I'm not a chef, I'm not a cook. I'm someone who, though, wants my body to work well, and I want it to be more fun than a salad and easier than a Julia Child's recipe, and, you know, more fun than a salad. I'm trying to think of what my tagline is. Anyway, again, if you haven't gone to Irreverent Health, go over to Instagram and follow Irreverent Health, because I've got daily stuff on there that's not on Facebook. And then also go to the YouTube channel, click subscribe, so that as I'm gonna be working with a couple, and I'll tell you who they are later, to do some edited videos that I'm gonna add that'll just be on YouTube. And so if you subscribe, you'll see when they're uploaded. So yeah, if you have any questions or want to reach out to me over Facebook Messenger, sweet, that'd be awesome. And if you don't, fine, enjoy your day, whatever. All right, bye. And done.